Okay, today I'm going to show you a dual remote setup for a Phantom 2 Vision Plus. I haven't seen anyone else have a setup like this yet. I've been looking around on the internet, but I don't think it exists. I've seen a lot of people looking for it, and so I wind up designing one myself. So we have two remotes here. One of them is totally stock, this one. The only change I've made, remove the handle here so I can fit it into my Blu-Rex case. Both remotes into my Blu-Rex case, so I can have a camera guy remote and the driver remote. And I got this other remote here, which is the one that's been modified. There's been a daughter board added to this, which changes the trainer port from an output to an input, and it can take the input from the trainer port on another version 3 remote. Without further ado, we can start. So we're going to start just by using this one remote, and then we can actually hot swap and safely with the other remote to get in. So there's two modes for the second remote. There's one mode where it's the second person is a camera person, so they can adjust the pan down, pan up, and they can also yaw the craft. That requires that the craft be in a course lock or home lock mode, ILC mode. If it's not in ILC mode, it won't work. And the reason for safety is that the driver of the craft needs to be able to control the direction. And the only way they'd be able to do that, if you have another person yawing the craft to point the camera, is if you're in intelligent orientation control. The second mode gives the second remote full control of the copter, so that you can coordinate with two people. If you're trying to do a hand launch, either one can start it and stop it and direct it. So that's the whole idea. Or if you're trying to train a person how to fly it, you could use that mode for that case as well. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to start the craft and get it into a hover. It's a bit breezy today, so it might be moving around a little bit, but we're going to be in GPS mode, and we'll be in course lock to start with. So let's start the craft, and up, do it again, and up we go. Over here, so hopefully it's in frame. Just blow a little bit, put it out some, and we'll turn it so it's pointing it up. Down. Again, I apologize for the wind. It settles in. Okay, so now this remote has a black strap. Try to keep it straight. I got to keep it straight. Here's our second remote. Nothing happens, obviously. Turn it on. Nothing happens because this remote has not been linked. This one's been linked frequency-wise, so nothing's going on. Now we're going to start with our S switch all the way down before we plug things in. That's going to be in bypass mode, so we can do a hot swap. So first, plug in one end of the cord to the trainer port here, which is our input, and then the other end of the cord. Second remote here. Now, again, at the moment, there's no effect from this remote. I'm going to hang this on my neck so I can get to it. This is the white cord for the second remote. Black cord is the primary remote. So just to prove a point, I can still yaw the craft and direct the camera up and down. Now, if I put this into camera mode, which is the switch S1 all the way up, and I have this in IOC mode, home lock or course lock, then I can use this one to point the camera down. I don't know if you can see it panning down and up. And I can use this camera to yaw the craft, to point it in a different direction if I want the camera going in a different direction. But I can't go up or down or left or right. This has no effect. This one still has the effect of going up, down, left, or right. So the pilot can direct the craft, or forward or back, forward, back. The pilot can direct the craft while the second person worries about pointing the camera, taking pictures, taking Wi-Fi, panning down, panning up. That can all be done with the second remote. Okay, so the other mode is that the second remote takes full control of the craft, flying wise. Put the switch into the middle position. Now I can use this remote to go forward, back, up, down, left, right. I can pan and yaw. This remote, the primary remote, has no effect on that at the moment. To bypass it, I can do two things in here. I can then put it all the way down, S1 on the camera remote or the second remote, and now we're back to this one working. So that's it. I don't know of any others in the world that have been set up this way. It works quite well. I've flown over the ocean. I'll include a clip where we're able to follow a surfer, which would have been very difficult to do with just one person trying to drive the Phantom. But with two, with a separate person operating the camera controls, pointing, orientation, yaw, and pan, we were able to pull it off. So it opens up a lot of avenues in that regard. I also might do this for the Phantom 3. I just ordered one. I'll have to see how that one's set up, but I'd like to try to design a daughter board for that. If there's a lot of interest, maybe I'll look into making a limited run for people to modify their, it needs to be version 3 right now, remotes, to do this that has the trainer port. That is all.